G'day, I'm Owen. We are jumping into a game. Here we go. Now, this one was sent in to me by a viewer, and I'm not going to reveal who that viewer was until later in this game because, well, you know, I haven't seen this. I'm not too sure who wins yet, but it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8v8. And straight away we got some action going. Someone's saying come here. They got to chop their way into that or get there by the ocean. People are getting keen. And look at our names that we have. There's a couple. I obviously don't know. Ice Cream. Fierce Champion. Bronze Age Ruler. Future Hero. Top Tap. A number, time, conqueror, TPC, and a few of these, like just a couple of dots on the screen. But it looks like this map is split straight down here. Let me check this fog of war again. So pink is in a little bit of trouble if... Oh, no. So, teal and purple are the bottom part of this, so they can just see the pink there. So we got pink. Oh, that'd be a greyish colour and so forth, but they're all on here. So you know, and this is fascinating. This is going to be a great map, by the way. Just we'll have a look around as it starts to build. So we'll keep an eye on Top Tap here and just see what their opening manoeuvres are, which is just basically going for food and wood. But I'm just looking at the mini-map, to be honest with you, and we've just got this massive middle bit full of water. Now this could be an intriguing naval battle. So unlike Age of Empires 4, you really, you know, people hate water. It's great on water. But look, if you expand it out, man, you've got an awful lot of options there to really just like expand backwards. And now here is the critical thing, and as we're building up, so who are we looking at here? Look at Ice Cream. Nothing wrong with a bit of ice cream now and then, or in moderation, of course. This should be a very fascinating game because there's lots of pinging going on, so these players, I would suggest, know what they're doing. And I think what our player here, who's our player here? He's not Tree Deposit. One of our, I'm going to sound terrible here, but hieroglyphic players, someone I don't know what that language is, so I do apologise. But if you build your starting building, so not your altar, but when you move to your main building, wherever that gets placed, that is where your building is for the rest of the game. You can't move it. And so that really could impact your strategy because you want to defend that. So if you tucked it off down in this back corner, well, that mightn't be such a bad idea for our red player, who is a player that I can't pronounce, that I just said before. And TPC. Straight away, these players are moving into getting a few of these fight pits up. I wonder if we're going to have a very early Stone Age battle with the guys that run around carrying the rocks. That is Top Tap. Just checking what colour is what, so hopefully I can call this a bit better. We got our red player here. We got Aussie Mandius. Aussie. We got Bronze Age Ruler. Hope he gets out of Bronze Age. Lux Baboz. Oh no, terrible. Fierce Champion. Future Hero. Oh, we do have someone bashing at Oh no, he was building. Apologise. We've got UWAC 228. Time Conqueror in purple. Oddly, purple is actually my favourite colour when I play these games too. A Artet 7867. Let's just check the fog of war again. So these two players on the front lines, we have Time Conqueror and UWAC. And they are going to be soon, I would suggest, having a bit of a tete-a-tete with ice cream and Top Tap. Ice cream is coming into UWAC. She's got these stone slingers. And UWAC, he tried to just block him in so that they couldn't get inside the base. But there wasn't enough time to wall off, and so we have this attack going on, and UWAC has to run away with his villagers. This started a lot quicker than I thought it would. I had a bit of a preamble plan, but we've got some action going, and this is absolutely fascinating. And I am hoping that the quality on YouTube, which I do want to talk about a bit later, once this attack is over. So we got the stone guys coming in. We'll get back to that quality issue a bit later. And Ice Cream is running away. I just freaked out then. I thought he was down, but the Elder House has gone up. So this building is now redundant, that altar. Now, stone guys trying to do some damage, but they're not having much fun. But now we got some action down here as well. And it's going to be Time Conqueror getting attacked very early by T. Who is it? Top Tap. Oh, this is going to be hectic. The Time Conqueror has only got workers that I can see at the moment. Out come some archers now. So it is all happening right at the front lines here. So someone could get out of this game very early. Top Tap is going for the poultry yard. Now this will be a little bit of a hold up for Time Conqueror because they won't be able to like harvest any food. So this will be slowing down the economy. Let's just see what is happening for Time Conqueror here. Very little food, very little wood coming in. Although they are building and the archers are making a hold. And there is so much going on in this game early. I am unsure as to where to go to, but I really do think we need to keep our eye here just for now. Because these big macemen, they're smashing down the military buildings. But look at the amount of archers coming out now for Time Conqueror. They can take down these macemen, and they might just be able to hold. And it's a good spread too by Time Conqueror. Keeping these archers just away from each other did not allow the macemen to be able to just line up some heaps of attacks. But we've got some tremendous pressure happening here because now Ozymandias, he's got some archers on the outside of the base. Now, I personally think that they should run in. Time Conqueror, he's suggesting a surrender. Don't think anyone else is going for it. We got some backup. in our hit. He came in and saved the day. Time Conqueror had nothing left almost. But look at what is coming in. Let us check what is happening over at the other base. So Ice Cream has not given up the attack, but you whack. Well, you look. He's whacking. That is certainly. Now he's poking. He's got a couple of more wacky dudes. Look at them run up and bang. Have a bit of chat going on in this game. Bit of friendly fire by the looks of it, but that can happen. But it looks like UWAC will hold. But what is happening down over here at Time Conqueror's base? We are in a fair bit of strife here. In comes. We got Top Tap, and we got Ozymandias. We have support from our green unnameable player. I say unnameable because I don't know how to pronounce it. The Time Conqueror's base is going down, but we've now got a third army joining the forces. We got the archers. We got TPC. Goodness me, this game ramped very, very fast. We've just got so many different fronts that it is impossible. We need to cast this game almost twice, I think, because we're seeing the forces on the top. So I'm going to call the top team Team 2. Team 2 have put some massive dent into Time Conqueror's base, who is part of Team 1. But the forces of Team 1 are just now starting to slowly gain control of this section of the map. And they have pushed back that initial attack. But what is happening over here at UWAC and Ice Cream? Well, UWAC is running out with his wacky boys, and they're just charging in, but they're just going straight into a whole pile of stones, and they're not even getting one shot off, but he's still sending them. Still, oh, just send them in, boys. You'll get there. No. Oh, one of them made it. He's getting a couple of hits in, but yeah, just not really good trading there by UWAC. I'd probably leave him back here. But he was still running them out. But Team 1 is working very, very well together, and it looks like Ice Cream will be held. And dare I say, push back. UWAC is still coming out with his wacky boys. The guys with the big stones. That sounds absolutely dreadful. It's not what I intended to mean. But, well, they do have big. Look. They're giant rocks. And we have pushed back. Ice Cream. Team 1 is now pushing forward against Top Tap. So Top Tap had the pressure on Time Conqueror. But look at this. Fierce Champion has come down to help out Ozymandias. Our dark blue player. I think they just made a forward base here. Wow, it is all... There is so much going on here. So they made a forward base here to run around to attack A-Hat on the flank. And it's working. They do have the numbers, and they are pushing in. And these archers can't hold up against the swordmen. This is just fierce right from the get-go. Now, I was expecting a much slower game. So to the person who sent this in, I really do appreciate this, because this is absolutely hectic. Very difficult to cast with so much happening. But good old Bronze Age Ruler is helping our Ice Cream player build some defenses. So Bronze Age Ruler has got their archers coming in, holding back Team 1's forces. So now we have the static defenses coming up, and it's going to be hard for Team 1 to push in. And Team 2 is now in amongst Artet. Artet is, I don't know, but anyway. Our player down here. He is losing building after building. These swordsmen have done some serious damage, but now look at this. We got Time Conqueror with archers. We got Artet also taking out these swords, still losing some buildings. We have more static defenses coming in for Team 2, the top team. And this is just unbelievable. I am suggesting this is fairly high level. I mean, I'm definitely not a high level War Selection player. But I have never seen a game kick off this fast before. And no team to drop out yet with all the action, all the units. And I'm not even sure as to where we are up to with all the age ups. Well, Ice Cream is almost at Iron Age. And that's the thing with War Selection, it only takes one upgrade and it can swing the whole game. And it's looking like Team 2 is starting to get on top. Starting to knock down the buildings. Old UWAC could be going down. Ozymandias wanted the gates open, so he must have had forces and needed to send them out. And here they come, heavy archers. They are tearing down this map. That's probably the gate they wanted open, and it is. Just got archers and swordsmen. The swordsmen were running in, but they're having to turn around. But these heavy archers are now coming in along with ballista. Oh, and that just hurts. But look at this line of archers. Top tap's got spearmen, and they'll attack the line, but the ballista's gone down. But the spearmen amongst the archers is going to cause tremendous damage, and they are. They're chasing them around. We do have a retreat. Time Conqueror's archers have to back off, but what is happening over here on the other front line? Now again, it looked like the top team, team number 2, was starting to get some ascendancy. But again, good teamwork by Team 1 is pushing them back, and will they then begin pushing forward? Let's go back down to this other front line that's going on, and again we have this massive archer battle. But now the forces are starting to converge for Team 1 down the bottom here. And this what looks like impressive line of archers for the top team, team number 2. Well, that's just taken down. Now, I'm waiting for a lull in this, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So, I don't know if you needed to get yourself a beverage, but you probably have missed that chance unless you got the opportunity to pause. I don't have that opportunity. I'm going to watch this through in real time. And this, but I don't know where to look. And remembering I am casting this by myself, so I'm doing the whole cast and the observing. But it looks like I might be able to take a breath as team number 1 has pushed back, but they're still going to go for it. They've said we're not stopping. I thought they might have just regrouped, but they're keeping the pressure up. They're taking down the static defenses. There's a hole in that wall. They were able to sneak through. Look, they're just sneaking in. Now the guys have come out to say, well, you can't just sneak through there. We didn't see that gap, but we'll use it to come on out and fight you. The arrows are just flying over the wall. Now we've got some cavalry coming to the party. And this is going to change the game very quickly. These cavalry will rush through and create tremendous damage. They could even snipe a building if they're quick enough. So we have horse archers. Now, I just have to say, I'm going to quickly explain. When you see the start of War Selection and you see all these forces coming together and it's just constant action, 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 I've never seen it in a game before, but I'm seeing it in this game right now. This is amazing. But it looks like team number 1, the team down the bottom here, are going to hold this position despite that rush of cavalry coming through. But what is happening over here? We've got some more cavalry coming in. Getting rid of those messages. Don't want to see the messages. I realise I could turn them off. Don't need to see them at the moment. Might look at them a bit later in the game. I want the whole screen to see the action that's going on. So UWAC is somehow still holding. And just when it looks like UWAC is going to go down, the rest of the team now come across from the other side of the map where they were holding down that bottom section to just provide that extra bit of firepower. And they're just providing that, at the moment, necessary extra force just to hold this front line. And I just, again, I'm probably going to sound like a broken record, but we have been dueling over this particular stretch of real estate ever since the start of the game. When the game started, within a couple of minutes, this was just hectic from the get-go. And no one's really made any major footholds yet. So I would say team number 1, the team down the bottom, are the ones at this stage holding. I should say not holding, but pushing forward just that little bit more. But it's hard yards. The Time Conquerors now push forward. They're through the wall. They're right in and amongst the archer line of Ozymandias. I think Conqueror's going to need a few more. Oh, well, they're coming in now. Definitely going to need some support because Ozymandias, and they're sending in the troops, and they got some reinforcements coming as well from their teammates. And it is time for Conqueror and his team to just retreat a little bit. And again, we've had a couple of buildings taken down for our yellow player who is playing Eastern Europe. He's not yellow, he's dark blue, but his name's yellow. And now the top team with our pink. Very hard because some of these colours are very close. But our top team player here is sending the troops back, or rather forcing them back. But now here we have our darker yellow player has got in Anamark's top tap's forces. This is a deep incursion. This could be a decisive battle in this game. In fact, Top Tap could be in major trouble here because do the team number 2, the top team, do they have the reinforcements to help defend? The dark yellow player, he's decided that he or she, our dark yellow player, regardless of gender, is taking some serious fights here. And that is stopping forces coming to the front line. The green player was running at them. He hardly has any archers though. So a dark yellow player, he is doing some serious damage, but I want to jump back down to see what yellow is doing against dark blue. But I also want to see what's happening up here. What? Oh! Mounted Samurai. Just absolutely demolished all of our dark yellow players' forces. Now we got Dragoons. Dragoons for our red player. He's all the way over here. He's got a very nicely hidden little spot. And this is now not looking good for our team number 2. Unless they can rally some forces or get a major upgrade. Time Conqueror is now in with heavy archers. The Dragoons, well, they're going to do some serious damage on the top side of this map. And we've also got our very light green player now coming in with pikemen as well. So the archers, the villagers, this building, the palace, Top Tap's building, I'm suggesting could go down, except Aussie Mandis has got the babushka. Well, they were doing some damage, but just not enough, though they are pouring out. They will cut through Time Conqueror's archers, but looks like these Dragoons are more than the match for them. They are dwindling numbers, but there we go. I think we have one player down. Well, what do we have here? Oh my goodness. Now, I did not see this coming. Our orange and blue player have decided They are going to go for a very, very sneaky play. Now our red player down the bottom may be expecting something, but look at all these forces just running around that side of the map. So our team number 1 down the bottom, they are just pushing in and creating absolute carnage, but we know why now. Because blue and orange have decided they're going to go for something rather radical. Will that mean that the others will have to pull their forces back? We will see. TPC's tower. Bye-bye. It's gone. And look at all these forces going to back them up. Now, it is looking like here, and there's a lot going on, but we got archers against these babushkas. If that's how you say it. I know we got just Sabras, I should say. They're just archers, but we are seeing some damage done here. But let us check out what is happening down this bottom section of the map. Sophia's champion has come round the back. And look at Bronze Age Ruler. He's coming in with the support. I want to see what's happening up the top, but this could be an absolute turning point in this game, because did they expect to be flanked from the back? I don't think so. Bronze Age Ruler. Fierce champion. They're just doing the damage. This poor deer is running in amongst them. Doesn't know where to go, but they're not interested in any venison right at the moment. And the action up the top has settled down, because this has changed where the attention should be. Because this could easily just be a very, very concerning walk through from behind. Palace, it's in trouble. There is repair. Just one more of them, and this palace will go down. Oh, we got every worker trying to rebuild it. We've got Fierce Champion trying to hold off the attack coming in, but no, it looks like, oh, they're gonna get it. Oh, they did. That is incredible. That's a player down for team number 1. Or is it? Well, I do believe it is, but that's still shooting. They're now pushing up. And what is absolutely incredible here, and I'm just letting the action do the talking, because this was such a brilliant move by team number 2. But now the forces are coming back, and they are pushing them and stopping this attack. But now we have to go back up and have a look at what was happening at the top end of the map. Our red... I really can't tell that colour. But our team number 1 player here, standing here with archers, but they are going to go down. But we've got ballista, which will do some serious damage, but with these horses coming out now, which are mounted guardsmen, so that they will just get rid of these archers in no time at all. So we are seeing the upgrade transition happen. Let's scroll in. And those archers are gone. But also, now, most of that attack that happened when all those units poured across the map, well, that push has been held. But we have lost a couple of players. And now they are pouring across. So we have ballista coming down. We are back just to having 2 particular fronts. And this is where we started the game. Now team number 2 starting to push their way forward. But Uwak, well, he doesn't have those stone throwy boys anymore. We've got some upgraded units, and these archers are not going to last long against them. But there's just too many archers. And they are backed up by the grenadiers. Team number 2 is just slowly pushing in, and there's only archers here. And they will be wiped out rather quickly. We do have a couple of bombing towers that will slow down team number 2, but it's not going to do much. So we actually do have a major push happening here. I want to go and see what is happening on this other section on the mini-map where there is some action going on. So we'll quickly flick to that. Because we've got units, again, we've got another bunch of units just going at it over this front line. We've got static defenses, we've got mobile defenses. Is this static defense going to go down? Possibly, but what is happening? Oh, we're now getting in to an armoured car tourney. We got a samurai whacking away at this armoured car. He is really having a serious shot at it. It's taking a lot of damage. It still goes down. And now team number 1 is pushing back out over this same piece of territory. We haven't even had a chance to look at what is happening on the water. Haven't even really had a chance to talk about war selection at all much other than what was happening on this field. Now, I think archers These particular archers are now a redundant unit in this game. I think we've got heavy archers now, and I'm pretty sure these are just your regular archers. I really think LX needs to upgrade a bit. We have quite the composition of forces by team number 1. And yeah, they're not coming in with too many simple archers. We've got some fairly upgraded units here. I must learn how to pronounce all of these different units. I'm probably being offensive to certain cultures and people, but I do apologise. Now, if simple archers is all you can build, I guess that's what you got to build. And LX 91 is what I'm going to call him. Yeah, he's that's look, you might as well do something rather than nothing, that's for sure. But as we can see, those units, they are not going to hold up in this particular battle anymore. Now, these things are tanky. The armoured car Tonys. Now, Fierce Champion is being very fierce, but we are now... Holy dooly. We've got some big stuff coming out onto the map now. Bashy. Was it? Not sure, but what? Oh my goodness. So the cannons, they are landing. They do. They're doing damage. The Time Conqueror's through. And these things are now undefended. And they blow up. Look at these armored cars. They're just driving through. Now, that I suppose what else can you do? Team number 1's trying to surround them, but our Fierce Champion, he's just taking his shots. He's finding the units that he wants to take down. Just wiping them out. Now he's going to stand still. Turn around and just start wiping out this infantry. And look, they're just getting absolutely smashed. Who on earth is this bludger? Guardian of Sands? He is champion, he's just going to push in. Suppose he doesn't have much choice. They've got to start making a move. They have lost some ground. But we are seeing another sneaky attack maybe coming in. So Bronze Age Ruler is deciding to push through. And is this game taking another twist? Just when we think. Looks like team number 1 we're getting on top. We are now seeing a push back by team number 2, and they are coming in on this front side, and our orange player is sending another sneaky force round the back base. So when they get there, we will have to keep an eye on what's going on there. But right now all the action is happening in this spot. That is quite the good positioning. These cannons will destroy All the units coming in except now. Future hero. Nothing future about it. He's being a modern day hero, but look, we've got the machine gunner stopping any of these attacks from doing all the damage that they should. And with everything on this hill, well, I don't think team number 2 can do too much, but our future hero is making some current day heroes of his forces by just sending him in at this moment, when really we have an overwhelming force just about, I believe, to roll through this map. Look at this big guy, elephant machine gun. We've got camel machine guns, we've got elephant machine guns. Ozymandias. He's got some stuff going on. Trying to take out this machine gunner on the hill. There's 2 of them. The Time Conqueror is saying not today. He's just run up onto that hill to stop any of the attack from Ozymandias. They have to turn and run. These little hand cannons, they're a bit slow, and they are all going to be taken down. Well, I think it is time to take a bit of a break. There's a bit of retreat going on. We'll see what happens. Our orange player is coming down. We might follow them because I'm not sure what's going to happen up the top here just at the moment. But it's about same. I would say team number 1 have got the advantage. They have held to that ground and they've taken a bit of real estate. So without doubt, they do have an advantage at the moment. But this little sneaky move, it could... It could change the game. I mean, it did sort of put a bit of a twist on it last time when they came down here and made a similar move. Let's just see what is happening. Keep an eye. Now we have some air coming in. This is hard to take down without any proper anti-air, and so they can basically fire down on these units with impunity. And that means Ozymandias can now start pushing back. This is something we will need to keep an eye on. Look at this whole line of forces. Well, we just got these balloons coming down, able to just take their shots, but we do have anti-aircraft out on the field, so we're starting to see them. So we'll see how many, and there goes one down. I was going to say we'll see how many of them they get, but with this anti-air, these balloons won't be able to do too much. So we do have quite a few forces pouring in now from our, I think it's our sort of display. Yes, it is. Our off green. Some of these colours are very close together. I'm not too sure what our orange player over here is doing other than running around. I think I'd be trying to press the advantage, this bit of a sneak attack that you may have going on. But we seem to have a thought this might be coming because there's a lot of defense at the back of team number 1's base area here. But what is happening at the front lines again? So, Time Conqueror has got many units, but we got heaps of units pouring down from team number 2. And if they can get to the heavy artillery, which they're just managing to do. They're just getting there. Like, that's not a bad trade for the cost of these machine guns and everything. Oh, they've done some damage, but I'm not sure about these archers. I don't think they were doing too much. I think it's our balloons coming in. And again, we are just... Now, what on earth? So I missed this, but we did have the attack. But, oh, we've got... armored cars against camels. I think the armored cars are making short work of the camels. We had a cannon, and they'd be gone. So this was a good plan, keeping some units back, just in case they came in again. But they've really come in with some very, very big forces, and they're not worried about just taking out the workers. Even though they are doing some damage here. DPC's got his machine gun elephants. But Fierce Champion is not remotely worried about that. He's not worried about defending his allies' forces. He's obviously looking for, I think, the big buildings. He wants to take out another player. And the units that are just running into these armored cars are just not going to do very well. Fierce Champion has built a wonder. That is a bold move. So, if they can hold that wonder for that 33 minutes, well, they win the game. So now we got a different pressure. That is right up the back of the base. Let's go back and see the damage that they are doing. These armored cars are turning into light tanks. Elephants, though, are tanky. I know that does seem a bit of a strange thing to say, but as they're going up against light tanks, but they're holding their own. So they're quite a strong unit. Will Fierce Champion be able to hold this position? I mean, they've got to hold the wonder. But I'm thinking the elephants are going to get on top of him here, so they're trying to run away and perhaps just run around and do a bit more damage, but we now have some cavalrymen. Cavalrymen running after tanks. Yeah, just not sure. I mean, I get it. I don't think it was the cavalry that were doing too much damage there. But that attack was held. And again, we move to the front. Oh my goodness, all the tigers are now here. All the tigers are not happy with whatever is going on. Where on earth did all of them? Did they just have a zoo? And we are still, no matter where you look on this map, there is some action going on. But the pressure is really on team number 1. They have to push up to get this one done. Now, 30 minutes seems like a long time. But when you see that, well, the game's been going for an hour almost now. And they've, made 35 pixels of land. Yeah, so they've got a lot of work to do to get through. These armoured cars, they're doing a lot of damage to team number 1's forces. So let's just take a chill look. What on earth do we have now? That's a nice, nice little touch. That's something new. Nice reflection in the water. It's pretty cool. We will go back to the action shortly. Just having a look around it. We've got some serious action happening as regards getting resources. So team number 2, the top team, are doing okay in that regard. They are making sure that they keep pushing. They can keep churning out units. Keep churning out things like this. Where are these tigers coming from? There's probably something in the game, and yeah, I need to learn a lot more with war selection. I'm not a guru at it by any stretch of the imagination, but what I did want to say, okay, we have tigers. They must be able to release some tigers. Come out and chase the infantry. That would be frightening. It's obviously a timed unit attack. That is pretty cool. If you want to try and play war selection, if you're seeing this and going, well, how do I play this game? How much will it cost me? It will cost you nothing to just pick this game up and play. You can play for free. If you want specific countries, you can purchase them. Otherwise, you can just play with the generic countries. But if you're prepared to grind, well, then you can actually get them all for free anyway, because you get tech points for playing the game. So it's a really good model, if you ask me. You know, you don't have to fork out any cash if you don't want to. But if you want to support the game, and you know, if you get into it and you start playing it a bit, well, not a lot of money. I would suggest anyone who is interested in trying a really decent real-time strategy, give war selection a go. And if you are into epic, massive battles like we are seeing, then now this is the game for you. And I do like how you can get right in and see the detail. Now the air for team number 2 is not doing so great. I really need to know where all these tigers are coming from, because, oh my goodness, it's plain frightening. So let's move over to where there is another attack going on here. The Time Conqueror is again pushing into Ozymandias. They've been fighting over this piece of land now, probably for the last half hour, very solidly. And it would appear that Time Conqueror is perhaps getting on top of Ozymandias just at the moment. Oh, but Ozymandias has just got some... He's got archers now at the front for Time Conqueror. A worker for Ozymandias is just running... he's just standing amongst them. What are you doing, mate? Now that is commitment to your job. He just ran through all of Time Conqueror's forces just to get a piece of timber. I don't know, that bloke needs a medal of some description. Is Time Conqueror able now to get right in and amongst Ozymandias? Take out some of these heavy cannons. The cavalry have arrived. And all these white horses. Just as you think they're going to start getting on top of it, it is just quite the back and forth game, this one. I do think team number 1 are getting on top of this game, except we've only got 24 minutes and it'll be game over, but there are a lot of cavalry coming in. So Artet, or 7867, is now wiping out Ozymandias. Taking out the workers. Cavalry are taking out the buildings. Time Conqueror's providing backup support here. Ozymandias. Just about. No. I'm going to take him out. Yes, it does look like Time Conqueror will take down the palace. And Ozymandias, I believe, is now out of the game. That doesn't mean that this is over, because these horses will not get anywhere through into this little gap in the wall. Look at that. That is the whole force knocked out, because you cannot send a cavalry against these M1340 tanks. In fact, you're not going to be able to send in much up against them. Send the Tigers. They're not going to make a scratch on these tanks. The tanks are... And this front line is so critical at the moment. So Ice Cream and Fierce Champion are absolutely working perfectly together here, providing both the ground and air attack. So any units on this line, they're going to be hard to get through. We do have anti-aircraft, but we've got the tanks on the ground to take out the anti-air. Look how quick they go down. So do the air. The NES not being attacked as much as I thought it would be, and so Ice Cream is losing all of these air units. Fierce Champion is just not seeming to take this anti-aircraft defense very seriously, and he's losing his backup support. But still holding this line. Yes, we do have serious artillery supporting the team number 1 down the bottom, but these tanks are going pretty good. That's all I can say. There's not much to say at this point. We have 19 minutes left of the wonder. And we've got dark purple now sending around the back all of these cavalry, and I think they'll be heading straight for this wonder, and there is no defense that I can see. So whilst there is an attack happening at the front, they would have seen this now. They'll be alerted to it. So I'd take their time to take out whatever Fierce Champion has at the back here. That might be a mistake. Might be. We'll see. What is happening up here? Not a great deal. Let's see what's happening down on the front lines, and then we'll keep an eye on the forces coming around the back. These Tigers are doing my head in. Freaks me out every time I see them. So you can't basically send any military out if you're team number 2, the team up the top. That's just too much coming at you in that regard. Those Tigers would tear you to shreds, literally. They are very strong in this game. Fine. All the forces now are on this line. Every single unit. Oh, we have condensed the battle line down to this section of the map at this point. TPC seems to be backing up a little bit. Some anti-aircraft guns that are now static. Now our 7867 player, he's charging in with the cavalry. So a 7867 player has been stationed down the bottom here. We have hardly seen their section of the map at all, but now they've run all the way around the map. They're taking on elephant machine gunners. And I think this is going to be critical. I decided to give up on chasing down that wonder, and I seem to be repeating myself, but I wonder why. This will be slowing up the economy, absolutely, that's true, but You've got 15 minutes left. And if that wonder holds, that's game over. So let's go down and see what is happening on the main front lines. The fierce champion pushing back time conquerors people. And the armoured cars, while they just wipe them out. Tigers don't last too long against the armoured cars either. And again, we are just seeing... Oh, well, okay, the Tigers. They don't do a great deal of damage. There must be something else shooting at them. So it's not end of world stuff here for them. But this line is holding. And we're now in 14 minutes to go before a wonder victory for team number 2 up the top. Can they hold it? We do have some serious artillery at the back, but they've got to be able to stop these things keeping on coming out from Fierce Warrior. Fierce Champion, I should say. Bronze Age Ruler is joining the party now too. $7,867. He's got his cavalry in, but the workers are deciding they're going to have a shot here. They don't really need to worry because here come the elephant machine gunners. So Ice Cream has come up the back and made sure that that area held. We're going to jump back into the action because this is just getting absolutely insane. So Bronze Age Ruler, he now has the Nimrod out. Nimrod's up against cavalry. I think I'd prefer to take my chances with the Nimrods, but there still are some things shooting at them. So these Nimrods won't hold forever if they rush enough at them. But the thing is, team number 1 have to start pushing forward. They're down to under 13 minutes to go. We're going to have a wonder victory. And it would seem that team number 2 not only is holding, but is now pushing back. Back up to the front. What's happening at the front line? Okay, team number 2 are pushing down. Now, despite all these lines and everything coming out, we've got elephant machine guns. We're now seeing the tankiest units. Team number 2 pushing team number 1 back. And team number 1, we're running out of time. We are 11 minutes away from the wonder victory. Do they have the time, team number 1 that is, to push around the back? I'm not sure. And look at this. We're not just holding. We're diving deep into team number 1's territory. So team number 2 is pushing hard in, but now we've got wheeled tanks for TPC. That's making light work of Fierce Champions armoured cars. But there's just so many armoured cars. there you go. If you get India. See, I haven't played and have never played with India. You get the Fury of Ruga. We have a second wonder on the map. Down here. That is of interest. But only. I swear that was... they must have somehow restarted the timer on that. Because it's down to 15 now. I thought it was lower before. We have 15 minutes now before the Wonder victory. We've just got tanks just sitting there, taking shots at each other. Got units just pouring down to this front section again. Keep an eye on what is happening, who is getting the advantage. Must have some toxic gas on these poor bludgers because they're going down. So okay, if you build another wonder, it puts another 3 minutes onto the wonder clock for the other player. So it's gone back up to 18 minutes. And they had to do that because we'd be under 10 minutes now. Way under 10 minutes, and there was no way they were getting to that wonder. I'm still not sure they're going to get to that wonder. Lions are insane. Tigers, I should say. Wow. Something just absolutely bombed into there. Took out everything. Team number 1 is now starting to push back, but let's keep an eye on what is happening for our play here, Time Conqueror. He's taken down some of the air. Losing a few units along the way, but holding that flank not too bad. Of course, the main action is out the front here. Those lions just, well, maybe it was the lions and everything else, but they made short work of those elephants. Future Hero just keeps sending the militiamen in, but I suppose militiamen, well, that's what you do with them. Just pouring them across. Just as team number 1 appear to be pushing forward, team number 2, the top team, they top team because they're the ones at the top of the map, just in case anyone thought that I knew their rankings or anything. No, I don't. They just keep pushing them back. And we are back down to 15 minutes for the Wonder victory. Stop that anti-air going up. I think we got another worker coming in. Oh no, he won't be building that. Oh, he's a militiaman. Sorry, he's not a worker. So he's doing the same job as the purple bloke. Running guys in. See how these blokes fare against the air coming in. Whoa. That is some serious firepower. Is that going to go off again? Now the Thunder of Sands. I have to wonder. Are they going to play a part in this game? Oh, holy. Yeah. That will do some serious damage to all the air up there. Got more cavalry coming through, but that's just not going to hold now. Like I think we're now moved into the metal stage of this battle. A few horses and that probably aren't going to do you too much good. 1,000,000 tigers will though. That is just insane. Tigers get going. They have a limited lifespan. We have a third wonder. We are back up to 18 minutes. The fierce champion to win via a wonder victory. Oh. I'd say if I'm fierce champion right now, I'm probably living up to my name. I'm starting to get just a little bit annoying. Time Conqueror's now got the wheeled tanks out. Don't know where those two tanks were headed. But the Thunder of Sands. Now it appears that we've got a very sneaky strategy happening here. So the Tigers will send out. Push all these guys back. And then the Thunder of Sands can push forward. But we just have so many Nimrods and of these armoured cars. Thunder of Sands can take down an armoured car pretty easy. And anti-air, now this is critical. There's been a really good strategy by the top team to basically hold this line, and they've held this now for, I don't know, 40 minutes. We are starting to see quite the strong forces appearing behind for team number 1. I know I've said this already a couple of times, but now we have 16 minutes for the Wonder victory. They're being pushed back again, team number 1. Time Conqueror's got 2 wheeled tanks out. They've all converged on him. They're going right past. The Tigers are coming in too. Time Conqueror's tanks have just got mixed up with Fierce Champions, and they've survived. Fierce Champion is retreating. They have to start backing off. We have a 4th wonder. Oh my goodness. So again, Fierce Champions now has to last 19 minutes. It is the first one to build. So surely, if they build another one, it can't mean one of their wonders becomes the one to take out, can it? Like, I'm just about to learn something here. We've got the USSR out now, and they've got some T-34 tanks, which I'm suggesting are pretty darn strong. That is ridiculous, that anti-air. But here we go. TPC. Shooting around the back of the map. All the stuff flying through from the top into the air, units going everywhere. This game has required a little casting. I'm suggesting now team number 1 is beginning to start getting the advantage. It's now 22 minutes for Fierce Champion to get the wonder victory. And if this wonder goes down, I just don't see team number 2 being able to win this, because there's 4 wonders they're going to have to take out. Why did they build another wonder? That seemed to add extra time for the wonder victory. That mine will knock out any iron coming in for ice cream. We're going to jump back into the front. I was just taking a break from it because there is just so much action down the front there, but it looks like the line might be getting broken. USSR tanks. Now the line is holding. What is happening up here? Fierce Champion is going to defend this wonder. can see the wonder. The fierce champion just pushing him away with the tanks. And one by one. TPCs, sneaky little force coming around the back, going for the wonder. Just not going to make it. They're getting a good look though. They're getting a very good scout in. And that's all that would be left to do. And they are down. And again, the front line is holding. We don't have too much else happening there. So our yellow player, we have not seen too much of, has just dropped a machine gun tower up here to take out Bronze Age rulers, iron workers. But yeah, Bronze Age rulers just saying that's a bit much. We might just go do something about that. There we dive back into the front line. There is still action happening. Let's go. We've got militia against militia. Tigers are well trained. They only go for the enemy infantry units. And this is epic battles at its best with these ridiculous anti-airs. They're reloaded. They do take some stuff down. That anti-air is down. How on earth are these players holding these positions at this stage of the game? Scroll out. Get the wide view. Look at all this action. Team number one are pushing back down. We can see they are gaining ground. I should say team number two, our team at the top here, is pushing back. Now got people doing stuff all over the map. They have spread everywhere. We've got depots or depots, depending on where you come from. But it is looking very much like Fierce Champions Wonder. I think it's going to hold. Let's get the wide view of this. Tigers might do something to the elephants. They're going to do little to the tanks. Look what the tanks are doing. I thought they were going for the anti-air. Looks like they are now. One's down. That one didn't get built. If this anti-air goes down, I think all I can do here is go for the widest view so you can get a bit of an idea of what is happening. across this entire map. The top team, team number 2, Fierce Champion, is fiercely defending their wonder. Along with Ice Cream and plus some other players, and there's just way too much for me to have really gotten to know them all. Because this game just started at a frenetic pace right from the outset. And yeah, I honestly thought when I started this one it was going to be maybe a struggle. But I will now look at these militia against militia. These militia are now starting to do some damage, but it was Time Conqueror, our purple player, who sent me this replay. Therefore, I was very convinced that team number 1 down the bottom was probably going to win, because I don't see why you'd send a replay if you don't necessarily take the victory. I'm now starting to think, though, that Fierce Champion's wonder is going to hold. We are down to 18 minutes. But we don't always play just... I mean, we do play to win. I shouldn't say that we don't play to win. Of course you play to win. But winning isn't everything when you play these games. These are fun. And I don't care, like, to be honest, who wins this game now. If I was playing this game, at this point I'm going to like, this was a great game. This was awesome. You know, there's... I've watched some sporting games where I've really supported one team, but with 10 minutes to go, you don't know who's going to win, and you just say, you know what, that was a great game. It doesn't matter the result anymore. I just enjoyed watching it. And I have to say, this definitely fits into that category for me. I've just really enjoyed it. It was a difficult one to cast, but if you've got games like this, send them in. And I am on the War Selection Discord, so look up Owen Pub Test, because my main YouTube channel is the Pub Test, where I discuss true crime. So just drop them into replays if you're happy to, and I'll cast them. And if you want to tag me in it to say, hey Owen, take a look at this one, put this game up for casting. And as I move forward with this, casting War Selection is something totally new for me. I've done a little bit of Age of Empires 2, done a little bit of Age of Empires 4. So trust me, the casting of War Selection will improve the more games that I cast. And when you get games like this, wait, look at it. Like, this is wide out, and you can just see so much going on these maps. But we have some action up the back here now too. And it is Time Conqueror now taking Bronze Age Ruler, attacking him with some tanks at the back. And I think this is the only way. Only 16 minutes left for the Wonder victory. And the only way that team number 1 with Time Conqueror and TPC and everyone else involved can win is by getting to this Wonder right here. And at this stage, the way territory has been so premium in this game, I'm just not gonna say it's... I just can't see it happening. But mind you, TPC and Time Conqueror here have got a few more forces than our Bronze Age Ruler. What is happening at the front is still happening at the front. Not much has changed here. They've just been going absolutely flat out at one another the whole time. And look at these big things out now. Squadron cannons. That might be a game changer. That's something pretty interesting, and it is at giving ground to team number 1. And what Time Conqueror and TPC are doing here, I think, is holding Bronze Age Ruler from being able to send all the forces to the front. But is it going to matter? There is only 14 minutes left for the Wonder victory. And if we see, we now have anti-tank hedgehogs. So they're protected against the tanks coming this way. These Indian tigers are just absolutely insane. Could you imagine if that had started early in the game? The tigers would win, basically. The militia are screaming out, but we got militia from UWAC. They are starting to pour the numbers in, and they're going to get to the gate. Will they get inside? They're now up to 18 minutes. Another wonder has been built. Future hero. Well, his militiamen don't have much future, but I will say they're definitely heroes. Every time it looks like UWAC is going to get to the wall, he managed to hold, managed to push him back. Oh, there is concern here. There's Thunder of Sands. There is a push coming from the top of the map. Oh my goodness, this is going down to the wire. So, Fierce Champion has seen the danger. Time Conqueror is coming in with his tanks. We got Thunder of Sands also coming in from our number player. Whilst they're here, for whatever reason, I suppose you've got 16 minutes, they are just slowing down the iron production, which will mean less units, but Fierce Champion is not giving up this easy. He's coming out along with Bronze Age Hero. They've surrounded Time Conqueror with the tanks. This was a bold move. But it looks like it's going to be held. There's no way to push through. They have to stand and try and make a break through this line. They cannot get in. Fierce Champion is just basically making a wall with his tanks. The Time Conqueror is pushing back. Bronze Age Heroes pulled their Nimrods down the mountain. Time Conqueror had his one sneaky little unit there, but now we've got to jump back down to the front. But we are getting closer and closer to that wonder. Team number 1 down this bottom end here with a USSR player. Also TPC at the front. They're at the wall. They're through the wall. The militiamen are trying to do damage to this wheeled tank. Will this sortie actually hold? I'm not too sure. Can they get through? We only have 14 minutes left. I know I've said that now 4 times, but I cannot see anyone else building another wonder. Future Heroes Militia are holding that line, but what is happening up the top with Time Conqueror? There is no way around. They need to get through those hedgehogs. Machine gun towers from Ice Cream. But production is now going to be a fascinating thing. I mean, is this going to be a production victory? The line is being held down in the main part of the map. Time Conqueror is now taking on the Nimrods, a Bronze Age hero, and it looks like deciding to perhaps take pot shots at some of these workers trying to run back. The Fierce Champion. He's saying not today. You are not coming through to get this wonder, and we are down to 13 minutes. This will be the countdown, I am sure. Now these Thunder of Sands could be the determining factor, perhaps. They seem to do a lot of damage. So before this really kicks off, going back down, and look, team number 2, because of this push up the top, is sending more forces down, and they are starting to gain ground on this section. But that doesn't matter. It is all going to be decided up in this top section, and I cannot believe that we are coming down to this. Now, if you like epic games, well, you could do worse than play a game of War Selection, but if you've got games like this, please send them in. It's the sort of thing that needs to be shown so more and more people pick up this game and start playing it. Absolutely. And it looks like Fierce Champion is retreating to defend the wonder. They don't have to worry about what's happening down the front. That is dealt with. They have managed to hold. But these Thunderous Sands are going to knock down the hedgehogs. Even though at the moment they're going for the armoured cars, if they went for the hedgehogs, they would blow this defense wide open. Now, I don't think there is only 10 minutes left. Only 10 minutes. I do not see down the front part of the map where all the action just started. This was almost 2 hours ago now. All the action started down there, and it was just going the whole time. It never stopped, and now the whole game will be decided right here. And Fierce Champion is holding this line very, very well. The Thunder of Sands just could not hold up against the submachine gunners now. And Time Conqueror is also being pushed back. We have a little bit of an attack happening here now. Let it snowfall. Cool. Snow is now falling. It probably means something, because they just said let it snowfall. Maybe that is saying good game. Not sure. I really don't know. I'm looking forward to learning a lot more about some of these little intricacies in some of these very, very good games. Beer's champion has pulled back to defend this line. Hedgehogs have gone down in this spot. TPC is coming through. This has to be the all or nothing play. Time Conquerors tanks are coming around as well. We do have some numbers, so there's still a possibility that this is not over. And now, even though all the action is happening here, we are going to have a fight over this wonder. The line has been busted at the other side of the map as well, by the looks of it. We will quickly dive down there and see what is going on. The USSR, they're now pushing in. But there is only 7 minutes left. Are they able to push through in 7 minutes through all of that defense? I don't know. But can TPC and Time Conqueror get to that wonder in that 7 minutes as well with the units that they have? That also I am unsure of, because the units are going down one by one. So close, and yet so far. They have been taking out production though the whole time. And does that mean they think there is still a chance of getting this wonder? Why go for that unless you think that there is still a good possibility that this game is going to go longer? Time Conqueror is bringing in more and more forces. There's units just pouring across the map. Are the forces down here going to be able to push in? Oh, I just don't think so. We do have some serious stuff happening here, but still have militia. We are down to under 6 minutes. That is not the wonder we are worried about at this point. Look at the defenses around this wonder. USSR player, he has come in. He is doing some damage. I shouldn't say. I don't know these players. That is an assumption. We are just about to lose Bronze Age ruler. And he's gone down. That now, we've got less than 5 minutes for this wonder. future hero, his militiamen. They are the heroes at the moment. I know they probably haven't done all the damage, but they just keep coming out. They were like the tigers. Just keep pouring in. And future heroes workers, well, they're off to the races. What do we have happening here? So our Thunder of Sands are trying to get in. Can't get past our elephant machine guns. So Ice Cream, he has not melted in this game at all. I'm sorry, that is terrible. Time Conqueror is now coming in. We are under the 4-minute mark. The machine gun powers are holding off the units from getting near this Wonder. There's not a scratch on the Wonder just yet. There is now. But it's being repaired. Time Conqueror's tanks. They are doing damage, but it is back to 5,000. Be his champion. I think he's going to hold. The units are coming in though, but look, the Thunder of Sands. Time Conqueror, not Time Conqueror. Be his champion needs to get his units around to the front. And he needs to get them around now. We have 2.5 minutes. And those Thunder of Sands could reach that Wonder. If that Wonder gets attacked, this could be the game. Well, it's going to be the game, one way or another, but Time Conqueror's units are in the wrong spot just at this moment. But the Thunder of Sands are being pushed back because they can't get close enough because of the machine guns. If they try and get close enough, they're getting knocked out. This is all or nothing here. The militia aren't running to the front anymore. They are holding the line here. Future Heroes units are definitely living up to the name. I think. But what a game. Everyone played epic. There's not a lot to say, is there? This is my second cast in War Selection on this channel. Actually, it's my second cast. Oh, no, actually, I think I might have done one or two prior, a long time ago. But regardless, this game is going to take some time. It was absolutely incredible. Time Conqueror, thank you for sending it. I really, really appreciated this game. Oh my goodness. We have 5 more minutes? Oh no. No. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, still, Time Conqueror, thank you. I really do appreciate this game, but I cannot believe that timer has gone back up for another 5 minutes. That could totally change what is going on, because what is happening here could become critical. The militia are being held up. Yep, those guys don't want to be down there. I'm not too sure. Maybe they do, because the USSR players now coming in with massive tanks. He could now push through. 5 minutes to hold. That is going to be a struggle. Now, I never got around to it because everything was happening too much in this game. But because now we are concentrated in this little area, and I'm going to keep focusing on here, I found some settings in OBS. So the first cast of war selection did not make it look very good. But I heard, and I did not know this. So YouTube have a little thing where they will lower the quality of things like this. So you've got to tell it that this is top 100%, never before seen quality video, and then it reduces it a little bit, but it still comes out really good. So I'm hoping when you scroll down and you'll be able to see that sort of detail really sharp, really clear, and that is my hope. But we will see. I have a Age of Empires 4 video coming up before this one drops, just saying, but I'll know if that worked in the OBS settings, because this game does deserve to look the best it possibly can. Because it is so good. When you scroll in, the detail on all of this is amazing. But getting back to this game, we are down to 3.5 minutes left. And the USSR tanks. Oh, if they take out this Wonder, will that then put the Wonder victory to the other team? I do not know. Oh, the Thunder of Sands are taking out the machine guns. Fierce champion has to push forward. Have to get the Thunder of Sands. We've only got 2.5 minutes left. And I know we got down to about a minute, but surely to goodness it can't go on any longer than this. Wow. Wow. The Thunder of Sands are taking out these machine guns. We have under 2 minutes to go, but the Wonder's going down. The Wonder's gone. That's Time Conqueror's units. Unbelievable. Wow. I honestly did not see that coming. Now team number 1, down the bottom, managed with, at one stage, under a minute to go, to stretch the timer out for another 5 minutes. And then were able to snatch the victory by taking out that Wonder with less than 2 minutes left on the timer. That will be the game. And they won't be sitting here to defend that. It was incredible. I was just blown away by that game. It just started at such a frenetic pace and it never stopped. So how these players are still performing at the level they are, well, all power to them. Again, thank you so much for sending this game. Check it out on. Check me out on Discord there, in the War Selection server if you want to drop me a replay. There is a replay section, so you can do that there. You can also check out my other channel if you're into true crime. But I will say this, was very worthy of the channel. And all players involved. I know you're probably not always happy when you lose, but you know what? Props to everyone who played. Because without the other team, this game would not have been as good as it was. Where is the last of the buildings? Where are we converging? I think they're playing on. Well, let's speed this up now. Nope. That must be it. So it didn't go to an end screen. Again, something, replay is over, so this is just keeping on going. So we know who won. Thank you very much. I'm Owen. You've been watching RTS Casting. And until the next one, be kind to one another.